Clearly off topic. Two friends, one unique conversation. Driven to learn, inspire, create, and understand the world. Whoa. We're just trying to be good humans and make the world a better place. How hard could it be?
Hey guys, welcome back to Clearly Off Topic. I'm Lindsay.
And I'm Juliet, and I'm so excited. Today's episode is, we've been wanting to do this for a while.
We've been wanting to do this for a really long time. So Reiki. You guys ever heard of it? Because it's very woo-woo and we love it. And today we're actually joined by a guest, Katie Rose. She is a Reiki healer and an abstract artist, and she kind of takes her painting and Reiki healing and puts it into one. She has a company called Abstract Alchemy Healing, and she's one of my flow artist friends as well. So everybody, please welcome Katie Rose to the show today. And we're going to bring her in since she's so in tune and enlightened. We're going to bring her in before we talk about gratefulness today.
Yes. So, all right. Who wants to go first with gratefulness?
Juliet, what are you grateful for?
Damn it, Lindsay.
Off to a good start.
Yeah, off to a good start. I am grateful for good pillows. Mm-hmm. Everyone should have a good pillow in their life. And it's because pillows really do make a difference, and some people don't have pillows. And so I'm grateful for my pillow because now my neck doesn't hurt so much.
Every year at Burning Man, I forget my pillow.
Every year?
It never fails. I'm always like sleeping with like...
For 10 days?
Oh, for like 10 days with like a sweatshirt that I've like molded into a pillow.
So next year when you forget your pillow, ultimately you're going to be like, Juliet was right. I wish I had my pillow.
I'm really grateful for a pillow right now.
But sometimes you're just grateful for those common things like, toothpaste, pillow, like things that you take for granted. You gotta be grateful for them because sometimes other people don't have them.
Yeah,
okay.
True.
That was not profound, guys. I'm sorry.
I love it.
One time, Dan came up with the theory of pillows are like heaven because the only job they have is to give you comfort. Mm-hmm. Pillows can do no wrong. And then I immediately said, you could smother someone with a pillow. And he's like, don't say that.
That is a good point. They can give life and take it away.
Yeah, and their only job is to provide comfort. Or night forever. All right. Lindsay, what are you grateful for?
Well, as we're recording this, it's actually one of my favorite days, World Hoop Day.
Yeah.
So Katie and I are actually going to go to an event after this. Hopefully the Reiki doesn't like mess with my flow.
Oh, never.
I think we should like align it more, if anything.
But yeah, it's World Hoop Day, and hula hooping is a flow art. So flow arts have just changed my life in the last couple of years. I'm super grateful to them. I'm super grateful for all the people it's brought into my life. And like basically when I stopped coaching gymnastics and having like an outlet for creativity that was a physical outlet where I was moving my body, flow really kind of came into my life and brought that back to me. And it brought back the like ability to move around and dance around and feel like I'm focused on something, which is like the movement of the prop, but also just kind of let go and let my body move with the prop or let the prop guide me. And I'm just really grateful for that. And today is kind of like a important day for us flow people, or at least us hoopers. And yeah, I'm just like, after this, I get to go hang out in a park with a bunch of my girlfriends who hula hoop, and we're going to have so much fun.
Yeah, we are. Absolutely.
I am jealous. I have to go drive somewhere.
Oh.
This is crap.
But yeah, so that's what I'm grateful for. Katie, what are you grateful for today, this week, whenever?
Yeah, definitely echoing that. There's so much love in that community. And so I'm grateful for the friends that I've made and having the ability to have them be so open-minded and open-hearted, to allowing me to express everything that is important to me in my life, and sharing it with people that I love and that I've just met. And everybody's just so, in my life currently, and the more I think about it, people are so much more open than I think that they will be, or that I'm worried that they might be. And I've really just kind of breaking that barrier of, assuming things, and just grateful for open-mindedness.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, see, she's profound already.
I
haven't done anything yet.
This is why you invited her on the show.
I did.
All right, so without further ado, what the heck is Reiki?
So Reiki, fair question. So Reiki is a Japanese healing technique, which is the laying on of hands, and Reiki is a word meaning Rei, universal life, and Ki, which means energy, and it's a Japanese word. And basically what happens is the Reiki practitioner is acting as a vessel or a conduit through which universal life energy will permeate through and into the receiver. and it can move wherever it needs to. And it's really just acting as a kind of like unraveling clogged energy in spaces that might cause the body to react in a painful way, either physically, spiritually, or mentally. So it's really benefiting you overall in your betterment of life.
So when you say Japanese, I immediately think this is like a gazillion years old.
Yeah.
Is Reiki one of those old practices like Tai Chi, like acupuncture? Do we know how old it is?
So it was founded by Dr. Mikao Usui, who wanted to understand like life in the monastery a little bit more. So he meditated for 21 days, and within those 21 days he started seeing these Sanskrit symbols. And he kind of felt like the light of Reiki emerge in him, and then he like rediscovered, this is something that I want to bring to the world, and founded his first Reiki clinic in 1922 in Japan.
Wow.
And from there it kind of it changed and emerged with various people through the United States and through Japan. And it actually was kind of like an elitist thing. Like there was this one woman who had, after he had passed, started bringing Reiki to people's livelihood and taught Reiki mastery. Like if you can teach it and like learn it as an actual healer. She was charging people $10,000 because it was something that was so precious that it was only, almost, the price point was almost non-existent because it was so vast and so great. But now it's kind of branched out to all these different shapes and forms and is so accessible to people to learn.
Very cool.
Yeah.
So how do people learn then, besides finding this one clinic? Like how is that expanded?
So there's actually 3 steps of Reiki practicing. There's 1, 2, and 3, and the 3 is mastery. So as a Reiki master teacher, you can then attune other people. So attunements are when a Reiki master teacher does a ceremony on you and opens up your crown chakra for the rest of your life so that universal life force energy can flow through you more easily.
That's how you become the vessel.
Exactly.
Got it. That's awesome.
So you yourself as a Reiki practitioner aren't physically directly healing the receiver. It's very humbling. You are just a conduit for the life force energy to move through, and through the palms of your hands, or as for me, through my painting, kind of acts as a vehicle through which this healing can transform onto the human.
Are you ever worried, like, it's going to be too much energy? Or
about like what you're going to receive
you'll get
from somebody?
Yeah, exactly. You'll receive some sort of negative.
Yeah.
Yeah. How do you protect yourself as a person of Reiki?
So practicing on myself frequently really helps that. I had that exact same worry when I was attuned, and she immediately was like, that's absolutely not a problem. There are definitely people that are extremely empathic. I'm very empathic. I can enter a room and be like, oh my God, what happened? I can feel everything. But it's really just putting that, surrendering that, and not making yourself a equation or a part of the equation, and just kind of putting all of your troubles aside in order to heal the person who's open to be healing. But doing Reiki on yourself really kind of acts as a palate cleanser so that you can do it on somebody else.
Yeah, because my first thought was my crown chakra is open forever.
Yeah. I had that worry
That's
too.
That's freaking scary.
I was like, that wasn't even I wasn't even thinking about that before this day, but I'm glad that you told me. But now that I know, that's a lot of, stress inducing, it's a lot of pressure, but it's also, again, it's very humbling. It's I have this ability now that I can practice on other people so that they can just have a better life.
Yeah. So I guess what are some common reasons people would seek out Reiki therapy? Is it called therapy or sessions?
Reiki sessions or Reiki?
Reiki healing.
Yeah,
there we go.
So if you have maybe an addiction, anxiety, people use it for eating disorders. If you have maybe you feel off, something's off, I can't tell you how many people right now, I feel like there's like an energy shift in like the universe right now.
Yeah, everything's off, everything's messed up, everything's screwed up. I hate it. It's the worst.
Lindsay's been constantly complaining about moons and stars and retrogrades for like, the
something's
last
going
3
on.
months, and I'm like, it could be that. I don't know.
I just keep going to Juliet. I'm like, is Mercury in retrograde? What's in retrograde?
I'm
What's
like,
going
Lindsay,
on in the universe?
Mercury's constantly in retrograde. When Mercury's out of retrograde, I'm sure we'll know about it.
Yeah, there's the website, is mercuryinretrograde.com, and when it's not, it says like, nope, must be something else that's bothering you.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Yeah. But Reiki is, it helps anything that is necessary for you at that moment. And even if you're not aware of it, maybe your foot hurts or like your stomach hurts, and I normally sit down with my clients at the beginning of each session, and if they told me that, then, you know, that's something in my mind. I'm going to be aware of that, but it might not be originating in that location. It might be originating somewhere else. And by doing like a Reiki scan, I can see where it's originating from, and it might be a spiritual shift. It might be a physical shift. It might be something that can't be
like settled or opened up.
Opened up. It's a very Eastern way of thinking about medicine, right? So the Western way of thinking about medicine is like, your pinky hurts, here's a drug for your pinky.
Exactly.
Yeah, like Band-Aid the problem rather than
problem.
figuring out where it originated
exactly.
from.
So this is very much an
and you might actually have to, you know, it's not supposed to replace seeing a doctor. It's just acting as an additive. So if your foot hurts and Reiki doesn't work, you might need to see a doctor.
Go see a
What
are they? We were
podiatrist.
Podiatrist.
Ooh.
There you go. So if your foot hurts, guys, we have 2 solutions for you here on Clearly Off Topic. You're welcome. Good.
But yeah, so the energy part of it, I mean, like we're about to go do a session now, and you know, we're gonna kind of go over some things that have been bothering us, and like I am, like Juliet said, I have been just like freaking out recently. Everything feels like it's been happening around me, not to me. I'm trying to not like say things are happening to me. They're happening with me and for me. But yeah, I'm just really interested to see like how I feel after this, because I've been feeling just really off. And I know Juliet has some things that she's going to talk to you about too. So yeah. Do you have any more questions before we do this? I'm so excited.
I do have questions. Okay, so piggybacking off of Lindsay, I'm super stressed all the time. I'm always either very positive and happy and excited, or I'm just the actual complete opposite of that. Like there's no like in between, I'm feeling okay. No, it's like the worst or the best. And I'm super stressed, and I carry all that stress in my shoulders and my neck, and I just need to stop doing that. And I've, for some reason, decided, because I think emotions can be decisions, that everything is scary and I'm anxious about everything.
Yeah.
And that's a very new thing for me. So that's what I want to work on. Questions. So when you're doing this session, what's going through your, like, what do you feel as a healer? And then we'll talk about when we come back how it made us feel.
Yeah.
So Reiki for me, I felt almost like a imposter syndrome, or like the feeling of like, how am I worthy to do something like this? Like, who am I to be able to conduct such a sanctified session on somebody, maybe a stranger, maybe someone who I love a lot. That's kind of why I incorporated painting into it, because it's something that I am very comfortable with and something that I've been working with a lot. I also have synesthesia, so I'm very comfortable with colors and understanding like what colors are related to parts of the body and feelings and people, down to like letters and numbers. Like colors are everything to me. So doing like a Reiki scan on somebody, I can feel either like a little bit of heat or too cold, or a lot of motion, or like too much energy or too little energy, and that can be healed by way of certain colors and certain brush strokes and certain shapes. So I'm thinking like, okay, maybe this section is a little bit too fiery. Maybe something like a blue will soothe it.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that
Now,
makes sense.
Is it common for people to do body painting with Reiki, or is this something that really you just created?
This is something that I believe I created. I'm not sure if anybody else is doing it, but I kind of had just like a aha moment of like, I love painting people, I love healing people, and if I put the two together, I think I could make something really spectacular.
I'm so excited. I think you mentioned off the air that Reiki can be done from anywhere to someone who's anywhere. Is that correct?
Yes. So there are actually these Reiki symbols that are used for different things. And one of them is specifically done for distance. So if a client wanted to be healed and they were in New York, we would pick a time to do it, and I would act as I would do it maybe on something like a teddy bear or like something around me that they wanted me to do that they would relate to. Yeah. Maybe like a piano, or like if they love music, or like a plant or something, and then act as that so that I'm healing them from afar.
That is so cool.
You would be a plant.
I would totally be a plant.
Or a tomato.
A tomato.
A tomato.
Now I want to know what I'd be. Lindsay, what would you be? Like,
oh my gosh.
If you're like, okay, Katie, you gotta heal me, but I'm in Africa. So I need you to use...
Naturally.
I'm like, where's really far?
I don't know. What would I be? Probably a hula hoop. Is that ridiculous?
Yeah. No, I love it.
I like that.
And I know she has those, so I'd be like, Katie, grab your hoops.
Which one?
Yeah. I'd probably give you like I'd be like, go get an orchid.
Oh yeah.
I'd have to like go to the grocery store and be like, all right, this is my friend.
This is my friend Juliet. I feel her through this. Oh my God,
and then you can keep the plant.
Yeah, perfect.
All right, so we're about to go and get some Reiki done. You ready, Lindsay?
Yeah, I'm so ready.
All right, let's do it.
Yay! Oh, wow.
Well, that was nice.
We have to record a podcast now?
No, bummer. I just want to go back to... No, I wasn't sleeping. I was just, like, meditating. I've never meditated before, so I guess that's as close as I'm going to get.
Okay,
I tried.
I try meditating, but I'm really bad at it. Yeah.
It's hard.
I just get mad at the person leading my meditation. That's a different topic.
We get off topic here a lot. But, wow, Reiki. So, like, first off, I never just, like, lay down and focus on my breath ever. So, like, that in and of itself is, like, so profound for me, which is ridiculous. But, I mean, that was awesome. I feel very calm and very, I don't know, in tune with my body, which sounds weird because I haven't actually done much other than lay there and, like, let somebody help heal me. But, something that really came up for me, so I obviously am just working on like stress levels and trying to like, I was really just honing in. My intention was calm because I have been running around like a chicken with my head cut off since before Burning Man. And I just felt like I needed this time to just like, I've been looking forward to this so much, just like laying down and letting something happen. You know what I mean? Instead of me making the thing happen. So I was just, the calmness that I felt after that, because I went first, was incredible. The crazy part, so you mentioned in the beginning of the podcast how what did you call it? The colors thing? Synesthesia. So when Katie was like moving her hands over my body, she would come to different parts of my body and I would see different colors. Like I had my eyes closed, so obviously it wasn't like bright, vivid colors, and it wasn't like I was hallucinating, but like there was just like colors that would kind of come up and they would almost pass over my eyes. And it was just really interesting. And I talked to Katie a little bit after about it. And when she had her hands and she was like over my stomach, it would change from like yellow over my stomach to like pink and like reds when you got over my legs. And it was really interesting that you brought that up because I do see a lot of that stuff regularly. Like when I close my eyes to dream at night, like I just have like colors shoot through my like frame basically. But it was really interesting because you said the yellow is solar plexus and that's like the chakra that's over your stomach area.
Yeah.
Which is
your willpower chakra.
Yeah. So it was just really crazy that came up for me. But I just feel so good.
Maybe you feel like more willing to be calm. Maybe you need to turn your awareness more towards like your willpower to be calm and have calmness be more acclimated into your life.
Mind blown. Growth moment, team. Growth moment.
Nice.
That's all you though. I mean, I didn't have to tell you that. You felt it. You saw it.
Yeah, that's true. So
your body was telling you, but she helped you interpret it.
Yeah, she did, which was great. Yeah. So, I loved it. Juliet, what did you have a lotus on your chest?
I have a lotus on my chest. I went second, and I usually am a little bit synesthesic, I suppose. Like I see a lot of colors and associate them with emotions and whatnot. But when you were there, I was visualizing myself in different locations. Like I was trying to leave, we were on my deck. And I was trying to leave the deck. I was like, where can we go, right? Because I need to go somewhere, and let's go somewhere. And we were on the beach, and then we were in different fields. And then all of a sudden, I was really tense. And I remember at the very beginning, you were like, oh, okay, you can talk about that. Like you were on my head, and you said it was really tense or something. And I was a little bit tense. And just when I'm laying down, I'm always tense anyway. But as you slowly did the Reiki, I started getting really empowered out of nowhere. I wasn't like setting an intention that I'm going to sit here and be like, I am great. I was like, I'm awesome. Aww. And then I thought, I'm not afraid. And then I thought, I'm calm. And it was all positive stuff. And it was not, I try to stay away with self-talk. I try to tell people, don't say that I am not X. Like, don't even, if you want to not be negative, don't say, I'm not negative. Right. Don't say that. Just say, I'm positive. Right.
Yeah.
Just take out the whole thing. So I just had a lot of those statements coming in where I was just feeling very empowered out of nowhere. It was really cool.
That's awesome.
And I felt the heat transfer a little bit. And I was very twitchy. I know that happens when you lay down, but I was like extra twitchy, which was really neat. And then by the end, I was super relaxed. And I was, when you were painting me, because
I want to talk about that too.
Yeah, I was like, why have body painting? I've never been body painted before, like whatever. It was like when you painted some strokes, not all, but some of them, I felt almost like a release of energy, like almost like a ping.
That's what I was thinking, like on my stomach area.
Yeah,
like,
and I know it's a sensitive area, but it wasn't like, oh, she's tickling me. It wasn't like a physical, like, oh, don't touch me, or oh, I'm cold, or oh, tickle. It was like a different kind of thing. I don't know how to explain it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The brushstrokes are almost like therapeutic, right? Especially like I have a lot of brushstrokes like above my brow, and I think you had said like after we were done there was a lot going on in my head, and you were like, "There's
kept
just a
wanting
lot."
me to come back. I was like, "All right, I mean, I'll do more."
But yeah, so like those felt extremely therapeutic to me, and then like I get the chills pretty easily. Like if somebody like lightly touches me, I get the chills, but like I didn't get the chills when you were like painting on my stomach, but I felt that same like release, like it was like releasing tension I guess. I don't know, but it just felt really good.
I also felt very connected to Katie, and I connect to people, and that's kind of something I do, I guess. But I felt connected to you because I felt like I would think about something. I'd be like, oh, I want her to paint like my collarbone, and then you would be up here like doing it. Or then I thought, oh, I don't want her to paint my legs. And I don't know why I thought that. Like there was I didn't go in with like, don't want my pegs painted. I just was like, I don't want her to do that. And you did it. And I didn't tell you that verbally.
Wow.
Yeah. And then at one point I was like, gosh, I really should sleep more. I'm tired. And you started painting under my eyes. And I was like, is she psychic? I don't know. At this point, I don't know. And I just really felt connected to you. Like I would, and it sounds weird, team, but it's like just what happened, just relaying the facts. I would kind of think something, and then you would travel to that area. So that was really cool.
Yeah, I mean, we're all pretty intuitively connected, especially something so intimate like that. You know, it's extremely intimate. I mean, we just met today.
Yeah.
And
that's the other thing that I was going to say.
That's like it's like, energetic orientation, kind of at the most extreme, you know, like being able to, or being allowed to like, put your hands on someone and like the top of their head, which is the most sensitive, like that's where like all your hopes and dreams are, where all your fears and stresses are, and then allowing that to come out is pretty amazing.
Yeah. So did you notice anything like what goes on like for you? I mean, I know you're just kind of a conduit, but...
Right. So so this is where I love bringing in the painting. So I do a scan and see where exactly needs a little bit more attention. Specifically for you both, it was like too much heat and too much energy in certain points, and then I would get like a little ping, like an intuitive ping, like this is this color, this is that color, like with your legs. It goes from pink, purple to green, and vines all down your legs. That was like very immediate, very clear in my head. Some parts of the body would come to me like in color form, would come to me as I'm painting them. Like I would paint one color, and then like intuitively I would need to put another color on it. And like with me, I like certain colors pairing with other colors, but I would never pair purple and yellow together. Yeah, that was not.
But it's beautiful.
Go Lakers!
Go Lakers!
Yeah, I know. I was like laughing to myself the entire time, but I was like, this is what you need. I don't know why. Yeah. But like we didn't talk about your intention beforehand, so I had no bias. I had no prior knowledge of what you were trying to work on. So that was kind of beautiful to know. Your head held a lot of energy, but it felt like you had released most of it. But I felt like there's more of like an angelic, like not a need, but a desire to have a little bit more awareness in your intuitive side, and then in your solar plexus as well. So you're working on something, but you need action. That's where your legs came in. So with you had, do you want to share what your intention was?
My intention was to be less angry and to be less resentful and just stop being so wound up all the time and having anxiety about stuff. But mostly just, I get angry so quickly now, and I used to not. And I'm trying to be like, that's not a good thing for me to be doing to people around me and to myself.
Okay. So when I did the scan on you, your head was like, at first I didn't know if I needed to do anything because it would go away and then it would come back and then it would go away and then it would come back. That's why I said there was like a heartbeat in your head. It would get really hot and then it would cool down, really hot and then it would cool down. And as I went down your body, your shoulders carried a little bit. I didn't feel too much like down your chest and your stomach, but it did feel like it needed some soothing. And then down your legs, there was like absolutely nothing. It felt like
she's got a lot of movement.
Yeah, I felt like you were. It didn't seem to me like you were trying to go anywhere else. I think maybe you were having a hard time mentally staying in the present.
Yep.
And it didn't, like with the colors, it didn't seem red, it didn't seem white, it didn't, like I kept going through all the colors and like what the color that kept shouting out at me was black. And I was like, I am not putting such a dark color on her face. Like that is not what I want to do right now. So I put a little bit of black, but I did need some, because it felt so warm, that's why I did a light blue and some white. And some flowers under your eyes.
Yeah, my face is great.
And then I realized that just because there wasn't a lot in your chest, it was your throat.
That's so weird. Okay. Because the whole time I was like, is she going to paint my... We were so connected because I was laying there and I was like, I feel like she's going to paint my neck. And I didn't know why, but I kept being super aware of my throat.
Well, I didn't want to paint your neck because you're going to get up and it would go everywhere. But I did do a little bit.
She got up in the collarbones.
I have a little star. You have like a little astronomical like star situation going on in your chest. It's kind of like bringing like the earth into the stars, and kind of finding centered nature in both of those things. But maybe you, like with your throat chakra, maybe you need help like explaining yourself a little bit better and finding like a more calm, collected way of communicating.
That's good of an,
Yeah, because I know that anger can definitely trickle into communication.
Oh, 100%.
And then your arms, it really just, that whole area, like it just needed a little bit of assistance.
I feel that. That's so funny. Guys, I'm not making this up. Like,
No.
this is like kind of tripping me out, but she was so in tune with me, and that's cool.
And then I came back to your forehead, and I just kept saying like, purple, it needs purple. So I was like, all right, what? I don't know what's up with the purple these days, but like, I don't know.
That's awesome. Can you go into a little bit of, you mentioned blue's calming. What about some of the other colors? Do they have meanings or just like feelings?
Kind of just what I feel. So if someone felt like, if my hands got chilly, like maybe it would need some warmth. It would need some warm colors like red, oranges, and pinks. Or if they need the energy to like move around a little bit more. Sometimes like when I do Reiki on myself, I can feel a lot going on in my crown area, and that's what like some like swoopy, twirly, like white colors come in, because white, I mean, that's the color of like life force energy, and that's the way it moves a little bit more easy. But they don't have specific meanings in theory. It's just different for every person.
What should we do now, since we are in this great state? What's like an aftercare?
Yeah.
Is there an aftercare?
Yeah, so after you have a Reiki session done, it's typical to have like a big cold glass of water, wash your hands with some cold water to kind of let your body know that it's the end of the session. Be really gentle to yourself. It's said to like not have too much meat, but I don't know how much I believe that. Just eat kind of like a healthy diet. Just be really, really gentle to your nourishment and your physical nature. I know we're gonna hoop later, so.
Yeah.
But I mean, like that's a very wholesome.
I feel like it's like a cathartic release for me, so it probably wouldn't be too bad.
Don't like go on like a 3-mile hike after it.
Don't like overexert, basically.
Exactly. And try not to get too stressed out. Like avoid stressful situations.
So Juliet, definitely get in the car and drive 3 hours up to Ojai.
Boy. Yeah, I mean, so I want to share the 5 Reiki principles that have been really helping me lately, especially because yesterday I was hooping in the backyard and the neighbor's dog would not start barking, and I started talking to my dad about it and just like getting really mad, and I was like, you know what? Reiki principles. I'm not doing this right now. So the Reiki principles are: just for today, I will not worry. Just for today, I will not be angry. Just for today, I will do my work honestly. Just for today, I will give thanks for my many blessings. And just for today, I will be kind to my neighbor and every living thing. And saying that in the morning and at night really helps, but also, being in stressful situations and then hearkening back on them. I mean, they apply to every single thing in life. And being able to like actively participate in that in your daily routine really helps. So Reiki is working on you whether you know it or not. And it doesn't stop at the end of the session. It keeps going because there may be something on you that maybe I didn't physically touch upon. Maybe it was in your arms and I didn't paint your arms, but it will move to that area when it's ready to.
That was really cool.
This was so awesome.
Yeah.
So is Reiki something, because like obviously you say Reiki is like always working in you and moving through you, but is Reiki healing something that you, like if you're feeling called to it, should you go do it? Or is this something where a lot of people practice it or do it on a regular basis? Or what have you experienced?
It's gotten more popular now, so I think people have been kind of practicing it. I have a friend who used to do it like every 2 weeks, like going to get it done every 2 weeks, and it's honestly very much like therapy. Like I can imagine it's a little bit more intimate, a lot more intimate. I mean, you're touching the person.
Yeah.
That's another thing about Reiki. You don't have to be touched. You don't have to physically be touched. I asked you both if it was okay, and then I got the okay, so then I did so. But I could also hover my hands over it, and that would do the exact same thing. But it's different for everybody. If someone wants it like once in a while, or if it's one of those things that like if you kind of fall out of routine of self-care, then it's good to go back and recalibrate what you're working on. But if you're continuously working on it, I mean, it's going to do what it needs to do.
Yeah. Oh, well, this is really cool. So awesome.
This was great. I highly recommend this Reiki stuff now that I've done it.
Yeah, me too. And Juliet and I are like #1 top of the line critic skeptics.
I'm a critic skeptic because, it might not work for me. Not because I think it's not real.
Yeah.
Just I'm a skeptic on whether or not it'll be for me.
Right. Me too. Yeah. And this was awesome. And where can people find you, Katie?
So I am a traveling mobile Reiki practitioner. So you can visit my website, abstractalchemyhealing.com. You can email me, abstractalchemyhealing@gmail.com. All my contact information is there. You can book online a session. You can book a distance Reiki session with me. I'm also on Instagram, Abstract Alchemy Healing. Everything is Abstract Alchemy Healing. I'm based in Orange County, but I can go wherever. I can distance Reiki wherever. I am just pleased to be able to heal anybody who's willing.
Oh, yes. Awesome.
Well, we'll have all that listed in the show notes. And thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks for letting me paint on your body.
Of course.
I love it.
If you guys want to see, it's going to be on the Instagram stories. It's going to be on IGTV. It's going to be on YouTube. You guys can see us.
Beautiful. We're going to put it up everywhere. So definitely check out the YouTube page because it's going to be a little bit of a That's So LA segment, which we've done a few times before. That
is so LA.
It's so LA.
Reiki body painting.
Yep. So that'll be up on our YouTube and IGTV and everywhere. Please go follow and check out Abstract Alchemy Healing. Reach out to Katie if this is something that you're feeling called to. And, after your Reiki session, probably not before, there's this guy who roasts coffee, and he's located in LA. And
freshest coffee beans I've ever had.
Freshest coffee beans ever. And if you use the code OFFTOPIC, all caps, at his website, you get 20% off. So definitely check out Red Bear Roastery if you didn't already know who I was talking about. Obviously, that's who I'm talking about. Wildly fresh coffee beans, micro roasted to your order and delivered fresh to your door. So definitely check out redbearroastery.com. Use code OFFTOPIC for 20% off.
Woohoo! Let's go get caffeinated.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
No, I mean, take care of my body.
I mean, drink very low caffeine tea.
Whatever you feel called to do.
All right. Well, thanks so much, you guys, for listening. If you feel called to, since I'm really liking that phrase right now, please go rate and review us on Apple Podcasts or Stitcher or Spotify, wherever you get this show. It really helps us out. And check out Katie, and we will see you guys next week. Talk to you next week. Ooh, bye, guys. Bye.